Alright guys, welcome to the video. Just kind of put this on today and went over it a couple times. Haven't played this section in a while, so forgive any little sloppiness, but welcome to the video. Today's topic is from someone on Instagram. They asked me a question of how to play like Yngwie with his speed and his techniques. And guess what? I didn't play his fast song. I didn't want to play his fast song. I didn't want to play one of the fast songs. It's probably what you would expect when a question like that comes across. And the reason for that is, in order to play like Yngwie, you have to play in the vein of his important parts of his playing. So what does that mean? So Yngwie is a very dynamic player. It's a shame how people can become resentful towards him and be like, oh, he plays the same licks, plays so fast, yada, yada, yada. We've all heard it. We've all been on the internet. But Yngwie, his tonal choices and dynamics that he chooses are really, really, really deep when you break them down. And it's all through emotion when it comes down to it. The fast playing, the speed, it's all fury. It's all, rage. You feel it in the playing, you feel it in the notes and everything like that, with the way he's digging with the pick, the way he's switching pickups. So we will get to the question of how to play fast and his techniques. We're going to go over those things and the mentalities behind them, but I just wanted to start the video iterating that his playing, like this song, Brothers by Yngwie, some of the most emotional music I think he has made. I really love this song a lot. And the way he plays it, he does so many little dynamic, intentional things to make notes sing and scream out that if you don't pay attention to it, you'll just glaze over it. You're just like, oh, it sounds amazing, but there's reasons behind it. So I just wanted to play this as the opening to the video because I really feel like going over this part of his playing is what makes his playing so great. So Brothers, the song, the playing, what about it is so great? Other than it just being, an emotional, impactful song. The way he plays it. Let's start going over that. So the beginning, I've seen on YouTube videos and different ways to play it. He really chooses when to go from the bridge pickup and the neck pickup. And Yngwie does this as a whole entirely. And this is where I picked it up in my own playing. I was when I was learning how to play guitar, I instinctually did switch pickups a lot because it was just like what my ear liked hearing. But when I came across Yngwie, it was like all the things I liked about guitar playing someone was doing. And he, strangely enough, wasn't someone that I came across right away. I was actually learning lead guitar and the technical side of it for quite a long time before I actually came across his music and his techniques. So to bring it back to the pickup switching and the dynamics, the things that he chooses to do is, if he's trying to go for more smoother playing, he's switching to the neck pickup. If he's trying to go for more aggressive and hard hitting staccato, he's switching to the bridge. Also remember, to give you some perspective on how to play like him, he is very inspired off violin and how Paganini. I'm not super, versed in how Paganini's playing, but there's a lot of stuff like his vibrato and the smoothness that he tries to create that violin has when it's doing runs and things like that, that he does try to mimic. Obviously, he's playing it as a, rock and roll guitarist, as he has said, how he tries to do. He's bringing that hard edge. He's not trying to be identical to it. Obviously, when he's doing like the volume swells, then of course, yes, he's trying to sound like a violin. But overall, he's trying to introduce the electric guitar hard element with the violin. So that's where his vibrato comes into play, where He's doing very wide vibrato, and it's very rhythmic. So if you want to play like Yngwie, you're going to have to get your vibrato under control. Scallop frets, why he uses them, why I use them, is because the way you can grip the string is impeccable to anything else. What scallop frets let you do is get your finger under the string when wood would otherwise block your finger from doing that. And that's all it does. People be like, oh, scallop frets make you play faster, yeah. It actually makes everything else about guitar more difficult other than doing bends. That's literally the only thing. But the trade-off to having great vibrato and making everything else just a little more challenging and sliding around the neck a little more challenging is well worth it, because if you're in the business of playing lead guitar, vibrato is pretty much everything when it comes to your own voice and things like that. So back to the pickup selection. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but it's going to all rope together and make sense because I need a little context to why he does these things and how you should go about it if you're trying to achieve a tone similar. Obviously at the end of the day, try to be your own player, but developing characteristics from other players will help you have some more tools in your own expression, which I think is really important to have. So like I was saying, the smoothness of the neck pickup when he's doing runs to try to get like that violin smoothness of the, or like on Brothers when I do the diminished part. Like if you did that on the bridge pickup, that's a totally different sound. But at that part, he's just looking to create tension with the smoothness, and then once he lands on that note, because he's going. And a lot of things that he does, when he does land on like those resoluting notes, he'll switch the pickup back to the bridge position as well. So why would you do that? What happens when you do that? So when you switch from the neck pickup to the bridge pickup, you get this harmonic resonance that you can't get otherwise. It's so I'll just do a little example, and this is something he does all the time, something I picked up from him. It just makes notes scream and fly out at you. So say I'm going. Now if I switch to the bridge pickup at that very final note, see how it jumps out? Well, then I hit a harmonic there. Where it goes, it almost sounds like a wah pedal. My buddy that I was in a band with, he always says like, it sounds like you're using a wah pedal, but you're not. It's that switching to the bridge pickup that does it. And funny enough, wah pedals change frequency and also some gain in the same kind of way. So that's why it's very, very close in how the tonality is set. So if you want to play like Yngwie, start switching to the bridge pickup to accent certain notes. Don't do it just to do it for sake of doing it. Do it with the intent. So what is the intent behind it? It's to create a note that is more impactful and has a bigger sound for a reason. So like I said, he does it at a lot of resolution things. So like at the very beginning section you'll be, and then you'll go to the bridge pickup. Like listen to the tension and the motion that creates. Because if you just played it like this instead of doing it, I'll just play both versions real quick. Instead of switching pickups with it. Like the story and the singing, it's just so vocal-like and singing. It's like a vocalist changing the timbre of their voice in order to make certain lyrics stand out. Think of it as like that. I think if you approach guitar of more of like a vocalist standpoint when it comes to lead playing instead of a guitar player standpoint of like rock guitar, pentatonic, that stuff's all great too, but if you want your guitar playing to sing and have Not that the other stuff doesn't have character, but you know what I'm saying. But just have like the nuance of like a voice. That's what I'd be try to be inspired by. And you know, Yngwie is someone who's very passionate about vocals as well, so he takes those things into account. So try to bring this back together, how to play like him, things we went over, just the overview, switching the pickups, reasoning why, neck pickup equals smoothness, bridge pickup equals more aggression, more tension. The next thing I want to talk about is his speed. So Yngwie does, obviously, he's incredibly fast. He is undeniable. He's always been known for that. You know, just like his fast classical lines. But one of the ways he achieves his speed is through symmetry. And it's honestly a very easy way to view creating licks on the guitar in general. So what I mean by symmetry is that you're literally doing either the same patterns or same groupings of notes, but then you're going to be changing them through octaves. So he might be moving through all 6 strings, but in reality, he's using the same 3 finger spacing. I'm in drop tuning, so I have to do that little skip right there. But from that standpoint, if you're just mimicking the same note placement, finger placement, but just through octaves, that makes blazing through a scale a lot easier than, you know, trying to go through like the harmonic minor. Obviously, you know, you should practice these things and not only do what's easy, but my point is that Yngwie uses a lot of symmetry across multiple octaves to create the speed, the intervallic, like long sounding runs. Let me think. Like right there, that's all symmetry. It's these. It's basically based on these 6 notes, and then I'm just going the same thing. You're just going through octaves, like going from all 6 strings. You're gonna be hitting 3 different octaves with these notes. So Yngwie does stuff like that all of the time, just doing the same groupings of notes but in different octaves and just running down the neck with it and coming right back up. So if you're looking for the speed aspect, I'm not going to go over specific Yngwie licks. I just want to go over the mentality behind it. And then the other thing Yngwie does, obviously, is, he may not admit it, but he sweep picks. The videos always crack me up. It's not sweep picking. Sweep picking is like sweeping. And then he'll be like, and then sweep right away. And it's really funny, and I think you guys agree with that. I love him to death, but it's a very funny thing about him. So sweep picking, that is the technique of guitarists, of electric guitarists. Everyone wants to know. Everyone, you know, if you're getting into lead strike guitar, it's like the key to Lamborghini, like Michelangelo Badio. Learning sweep picking, obviously you're going to play it in the style of Yngwie, is going to be a must. You're going to have to learn sweep picking. You're going to be doing the diminished. And you're going to be doing the... You're going to be doing that stuff. So start picking up some sweep picking. The type of sweep picking he does isn't overly complex for the most part. He's just doing a lot of 3-string stuff, and then he'll, you know, do some 5 to 6-string stuff where he just... But he's usually just, you know, switching between those. He's not doing like a lot of Jason Becker stuff where you're just, you know, doing these huge 5-string progressions. Like, he's not really doing like that kind of stuff a lot. He's usually sticking to 3 strings and 3 strings, and that's really it when it comes down to it. So, and then the other funny thing, which when I was going over the diminished arpeggios, that's also a symmetry thing. You're literally just going in steps of 3. And then he does the slide one. And he's just sliding back and forth. So a lot of symmetry in his playing. Those are kind of like the main things. So we're going to bring it all together at the end right here. What are the things to make you play fast like Yngwie and the techniques that he uses? So number 1, switching pickups. Neck for smooth, bridge for tension and aggression. Also using it tastefully in bends and vibrato. Number 2, his symmetry. That is the pattern of notes that are mirrored throughout the octaves. He's just doing the same notes, but he's going through different octaves. And then finally, the sweep picking. You're going to have to learn the 3-string sweep picking shapes and things like that, which aren't too hard to do. Just learn them diatonically. Your major and minor. Wow, leaving my brain. The different patterns. I can't think of the word right now. Someone say it in the comments, please. Anyways, sorry, I don't want to go on a tangent too much. So yeah, learn this sweep picking. Then obviously the holy grail, the reason Yngwie is his vibrato. You're gonna have to learn that wide vibrato. He does that very wide vibrato. Does that kind of thing. But he also has very delicate vibrato too, where he's just doing like slower vibrato and softer vibrato, and a lot of that vibrato changes due to the pressure he's doing when he picks, or if he's grouping in some noise with it, raking the strings into a bend, doing things like that. You're not trying to hit those notes, but you're just creating that noise to create like that raspiness. It's like a raspiness in a vocalist. Like I said, like get inspired by vocals. So yeah, look into the vibrato. Very big into that. Obviously, he does the classic doing like the like he does that all the time. Like I love that he does those things. That's the violin-esque part of his playing, is doing those things. Sorry, I got a little bit of a tangent there. I'm really kicking myself in the butt of what the different arpeggio shapes of what I mean. It's like the modes of like each chord, and I can't think of the word for it right now because I'm brain farting so hard. So please, someone in the comments, help me with that one. I'm not a huge theory guru by means, but I do know the word, I swear to God. I just cannot think of what the word is. It's not the intervals. It's something like that, but I cannot think of the damn name of it right now. It's just basically, it's like doing your chords. Okay, never mind. I'm butchering this at the end. Okay. Don't mind me. Don't mind that. Like I said, I'm keeping it real in these videos. I'm not trying to be, oh, well, actually, you know, this is actually this part of the thing. I'm going to offer the things I know because I feel like they are of value. But if I, you know, gaff on something, you know, it is what it is at this point. So we're at 20 minutes in. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed the performance in the beginning. And if you guys have any questions or any other videos you want me to go over in depth, let me know. And we will see you in the next one. And the PS of this video, the final tip of playing fast, obviously I have the symmetry, but use a metronome. Always use a metronome if you're practicing speed. Start at a slow speed. When you master that speed, crank it up by 10 BPM. Get it good at that speed, and so on, and keep increasing. And sometimes it's good to put it up like 30 BPM faster than you can do it, and just try it just to kind of slingshot your fingers into the motion feel of it, and then go back to the speed that you can actually play it on, and kind of go back and forth. Play around with metronomes. That's a huge thing with speed. So that's my final bit of advice that could help you holistically in general. So Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. A lot of rambling this one, but have a great night, guys.